it's good being here in Baton Rouge. My faculty, our students, and our staff have already given indication of their willingness to work together, to advance the role of Southern and its campuses. And we look forward to engaging with you as well, and helping us, shape the great stories that are taking place at our institutions, and just engaging with us in providing the kind of ideas that I think will help shape our evolution. I come bringing greetings on behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the students of Southern University and A&M College system. I'd like to offer some comments to you, but first I'd like to preface my comments by acknowledging members of our local alumni chapter, Dean Andrews, who bring leadership of our College of Business. And I understand we have a recent retiree from Southern who has really shaped the evolution of our campus in years past. So it's been 20 days now. 20 days, and as Elizabeth made reference, I'm no stranger to Southern University, having had the great privilege of being a part of this community for 27 years, and over the course of the last 15 years serving as Chancellor of the Shreveport campus. But I have to tell you, it's good to be here in Baton Rouge, particularly having been afforded this opportunity to continue to advance the role and scope of the Southern University system in this role. I've already come to know what one of my major challenges will be, and that, as I could appreciate it, is the traffic here in Baton Rouge. But I do have to tell you that my recent tenure has been very good. Started with my first day, where I have the opportunity of engaging with our faculty, Senate representatives, with students, with alumni, and staff, and all agree that we need to work together to advance the interests of Southern University. And that's something that I'm driven by. And I'll tell you why. And it kind of goes back to my beginning, my first interaction with Southern. I'm going to be brief, but you have to know of my meager beginnings as a first-generational, non-traditional student who arrived at Southern's door without any anticipation of getting a degree, simply an individual who wanted to take advantage of one's GI Bill. And so I was somewhat rebellious, if you will, maybe a little bit angry, but certainly not focused on education. In fact, even out of high school, while I did well in high school, I couldn't stand higher ed. I couldn't stand education. And so got a lot of scholarships, but the thought of continuing my education toward college was a foreign matter to me. So when I came to Southern Shreveport, it was my motives were obviously questionable, but something happened, and that was when individuals embraced me. I had the opportunity of working alongside faculty and some students, albeit they were younger than I. You know, they offered me an opportunity to engage with them and to channel tasks and engage in activities that I thought really brought a lot of spirit and focus to what we were doing as the SGA president. I graduated from Chancellor and came to the Baton Rouge campus, where the phenomena continued, where out of the blue, people appeared to have some confidence in me and offered a perspective that suggested that I may have some potential. And through that process, it kind of changed my worldview. I began to gain a better appreciation of the value of higher ed. And it was through those experiences, both at Chancellor and on the SUBR campus, that I became aware of the promise of Southern. That if they could change a person like me, then they have the potential of changing anyone. And so I bought in, and for all these years then, I've bought into Southern. And so, again, I'm driven by the need to ensure that Southern is positioned in a rightful place such that it can influence in a positive way the evolution of constituents, not only in the state of Louisiana, but nationally and internationally. Let me say that a different way, because in my role as president and chancellor of the Southern University system and the Baton Rouge campus, I want to position Southern such that it is seen as a leading contributor to the economic success of the state of Louisiana nationally and internationally. And that means that for me, that means that we have to, position the university such that people feel the scope and presence of Southern University by way of the degree to which we have access points that serve the constituents of this community, the degree to which our research is seen as substantive, and whether it be social or otherwise, where people even beyond the campus have an appreciation of our work and how it contributes to their quality of life. I believe that as a public institution that we have an obligation to help drive economic development in our community, a responsibility, if you will. And I think you'll see that as a mark of my presence in this role. I was sharing with some colleagues not long ago, that my son also attended Southern. He's a troubled young man, but I guess he got it from me. And but he was smart, and he's an avid football fan, baseball fan, and he came home. He would travel with Southern on their away games, and he came to me and he said, why is it that Southern or that institutions like Southern, rest in depressed communities? And I thought it somewhat astonishing coming from Reginald, but I attempted to respond to him first by suggesting that, or talking about the vestiges of segregation, about Brown versus Board of Education, and I stopped in my tracks and I said to him, that Southern is duly positioned where it needs to be, right in the hearts of our community, in a place where we can make a difference and where we should be making a difference. And so I've had the occasion over these last few days to speak with members of the chamber, with the Area Foundation, even with the technology research part. And we're talking about how we could, again, work together to bring about some good for our community. When I talked about expanding the scope of Southern, I'm also talking about maybe giving some considerations about the expansion of our law school, for example. And on our last board meeting, the interim chancellor of our law school asked the board to give consideration to engaging in a feasibility study that may well provide for the law school to establish an evening program in Shreveport or in Lake Charles. And why not then consider providing access points for alumni, for working professionals to access Southern University in downtown Baton Rouge. You know, we already have a fundamental, we have infrastructure to support online instruction, but I also think there's an opportunity, if you will, to maybe take another look at our programs and maybe redesign our programs such that we could host more adult learners, provide programs that are accelerated in nature and allow people to obtain both baccalaureate and graduate degrees in a quicker fashion. We are historically a black university, but more importantly, I think we need to be a diverse institution that embraces everyone. And so why not begin to do some targeted recruitment, whether it be for Hispanics, Asians, and or white Americans. I think we have to do better in that area and let people know of the quality offerings that we have. You know, the truth of the matter is Southern University and its respective campus, but particularly the Baton Rouge campus. Someone asked me the other day, you know, how difficult will your challenge be? And I said, I don't think it's a reach. I mean, we are already doing some wonderful things throughout the system, and particularly on the Baton Rouge campus. But my observation has been that in many cases, our many accomplishments, whether it be top producers of baccalaureate degree programs, whether it be top producers in nursing and engineering, in computer science, or in business management, you know, all of those accomplishments are being shrouded, are being smothered by discussion about our fiscal challenges. And as you know, all institutions across the state of Louisiana have been impacted by challenges aligned with finances. But for some reason, and I think it's been self-imposed somewhat, you know, we are being defined by our struggles. And it may be because what we have talked about is how we swim in troubled waters, as opposed to the good work that's going on the respective campuses. Well, we're going to do the work. We're going to navigate these troubled waters nonetheless, and we're going to also, you know, again, contribute to the economic success of this state. And we're going to respond to our obligation to fulfill the workforce voids that exist in this community. And we're going to respond to our mandate to shape the middle class for African American citizens. And so I'm going to stop there. But look, I am excited about being here with you. I'm excited about our pathway forward. And I really want to establish a relationship with you that speaks to our engagement. Now, I was telling our faculty, and they say, what are you going to do? And I keep reminding them, it's about what we're going to do. And we're going to make a difference in Baton Rouge, in the state of Louisiana, in this United States of America. And I think we're going to have our footprint across this global society. So again, thank you for inviting me. We had an interesting session. I think we were made whole from where we were last year, which is a good thing. And over the last couple of years, we avoided actual cuts. But it's still, notwithstanding, it still leaves us in a very challenging disposition, because we went into the year with a significant shortfall. So I'm pleased, mind you, that the session allowed us to stay where we were, so to speak, from last year. In addition, several bills came out that benefited Southern. I mentioned it earlier today.